Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, insyaAllah, can we start now, insyaAllah?
Yes, okay.
Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Jazakumullah khair for coming back to the Bayaan coding class. I can see the number of participants have actually dropped quite a bit. Inshallah, khair. Today will be the third session for the coding and HTML and CSS class. So without further ado, I will ask Akhir Rafiq to proceed with the class, inshallah. Jazakallah khair.
Okay, Bismillah, Alhamdulillah, salatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man wala, amma ba'd. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Okay, we will still go on because the show has to go on, right? We will continue to learn how to do the website. I think we have much lesser participant, right? How many are there today?
Yeah, I think about 6.
Okay, no problem, inshallah. All right. Okay. Okay, so today we're going to do something very interesting. I'm sure by now, what I want you to have understand is that the two concepts of this this HTML and the CSS. Anyone still has doubt what these two actually do to a website? Okay, now we will go on because from today we are going to use a template. Okay, it's called a bootstrap template. Right, there's going to be some technical details inside, but most of it, I would say about 90%, 95% you would know because it's going to be either an HTML code or it's going to be a CSS code. That's all. So that means it's either going to be an element or it is going to be a styling sheet. Okay, I will send to you this link. To show you what we will be doing today. Let me share my screen. Can you let me share the screen, please? Brother Isham. Okay. Can you all view my screen? Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So this is what we are going to build today. This is the skeleton of the page that we are going to build today. Right? All right. Let's go through all of this. Okay, usually today the web pages, we don't go them in there. We can be in pages. But what we're going to do over here is just going to be a single page. It's going to be a single page, but it's going to be differentiated by sections. So we have here the top. On the top, we have, you see on the left-hand side, top, we have the logo. And then we have the menu, which is fixed on top, even as we scroll. Okay, let me go through. This is called a section, right? This company, and then we have a text box here for them to subscribe to any kind of newsletter. This is where we call the header, right? Okay, and followed by we have a page on the company page. These buttons, we call them call to action. It's called call to action. That means as they are reading it, the user takes some kind of action, and usually this is the point where the user will actually get in contact with you if you have a company website. Although this is a company website, later on after we have built this, you will realize that we can change the text, can change the contents, and it would look like maybe if we are going to do a page for what the other time we were building on the 5 pillars and all that, we can use the same page again. Okay, so this section is for the company section. So this section, what it has an image, it has a title, okay, and it has a paragraph, or it has a description, and it has a paragraph. Likewise over here, these two are about the same. If you realize, these are about the same, but they are changed. Like the image comes to the left side. And then we have a H1, we have a description, and we have a text. The next, which is what we call maybe the feature side or the services. So we have 1, 2, 3 columns here and 2 rows. And each of them, we have an icon. Okay. Next, we have what we call image gallery. So over here, we say that it's portfolio. So you see the images here. Okay, there are 3 images. So that means there are actually 3 columns. The next section is a testimonial section. Okay, if you were to go to any website, most of the websites, the layout, these are the things that they would have. Okay, these are the things that they would have actually. And then we have a pricing section. And then we have a contact form. Right, and then there's another image. And at the bottom, you have this. Right, it's credit for the W3 scope. Okay, so now what we're going to do next is we're going to create a new folder. And we're going to create a new page. We're going to create a new HTML page. We're going to create a folder called images. And we're also going to create a folder for the CSS, the styling sheet. Right? Okay, any questions?
Just one question. This Bootstrap is actually separate from CSS.
Okay, Bootstrap is actually just a concept. All right. Bootstrap is, you know what is a bootstrap actually? A bootstrap is something that helps you to wear, you know, the bootstrap comes from the word, the bootstrap itself. Boots,
Yeah.
usually they have a strap at the back. You know that, right? What is the use of it? In the shoe, in the boots, what is the use of a bootstrap in the boots itself?
Actually, I'm not too familiar with the parts of the boot.
Okay, bootstrap is actually, you know, if you see boots, right? Like I think you have boots like maybe Caterpillar.
Oh, the one at the back. Oh,
yes, there's a strap
to
at the back.
help you pull up the boot.
Yes, barakallah fik. Yes, you are right. So bootstrap is from that concept to make things easy for you, because at the end of the day, right, HTML, any website, right, the contents are, I mean, the structure is about the same. The structure is about the same. You just move around. It's macam you have a house. The things that you can put in your house and my house is about the same. Or we will put the same stuff. We put a furniture, we put a reading desk, we put a bed, right? But what is different between your house and my house is the layout where we actually put it. Am I right?
Yep.
Yeah. So that's the same concept. So they're saying, why do you want to spend so much time to do all these elements one by one? We give you a template, and then after that, you start with it, and then you move around the things that you want to your desired page. Or sometimes it can be the same layout, but we use different styling to our elements. Do you understand the point?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Any other questions? If you have no other questions, I want you to open up to this page. This is where we are going to get our the codes for today, right? And create a new folder. Okay, I think I'll just ask them to create on your mind. You already have a folder called Bayaan Codes, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so on your Bayaan Codes, create a new folder inside Bayaan Codes. Okay. Put it website. Folder name is website. So inside website, create two subfolder. Sorry, just create one subfolder. Create one subfolder. Create one subfolder images. Okay. Once you have done that, inside website folder, create okay, I'm just going to show you. I'm going to have a new folder inside. I'm going to name it as website, right? And inside this folder, I'm going to create another folder. It's called images. I'm going to create a new file using brackets. Okay, let's close all. Okay, so this one, I'm going to save it inside. Okay, and I'm going to create, of course, there are many ways to actually create, and this one, I'm going to call it styles.css. Okay, so you should have this. Inside your website folder, you should have a folder called images, and then you should have index.html, and you should have a styles.css. All okay? Please give me a thumbs up. There's only like 6 or 7, 8 of us, right? Okay, great. Okay, so now you know we have a folder. Folder is called website. Inside folder, we have a subfolder called images. We have two files, index.html, and we have another file called styles.css. I'm sure you already know what we're going to use this for. So for the next part of the lesson, we're going to use brackets. So in your brackets, make sure the old ones you already closed them already. So we're going to have this index.html and style.html. Okay, so let's see if it's working. So what we're going to do is, the first thing is I'm just going to copy from here, right? I'm just going to copy all of this. I'll explain to you what it means, right? So don't worry. Then I'm going to paste it here. Okay. Once I've done that, I'm going to just save. Because there are shortcuts I'll show you. I'm going to save this. And I'm going to open this now with Google Chrome. Okay, can you see this? If you have done what I just did, then you should be able to see this. Okay, I'll repeat the steps again. Don't worry, yeah. Do you have all the pages right? Okay. Just click on this page, the one that I sent to you early on. Copy. Hey, Brother Fauzi, you can just unmute yourself.
Yes, Brother Rafiq.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so
Okay, all right.
just now the link that you put in the chat that I am not able to copy.
Oh,
The visual.
okay, never mind. Very simple. You just, you know, you are in the W screw space, right?
Yes.
You go to Bootstrap.
Okay.
Once you go to Bootstrap, can you see over here, BS Team Company?
The left side.
Left side, yeah.
The menu suddenly disappeared. The left side. Bootstrap is from the top part, right? The top.
Yeah, you just go to Bootstrap, yeah.
It is a learn this Bootstrap 3, Bootstrap.
Yeah, learn Bootstrap also can. You just click on anything. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Then you'll come to the page, yes.
Now then at the left side is Team Company, is it? Bootstrap.
Yes, click on Team Company.
Okay. And copy the.
Yeah. Okay. So you should actually start with the first part, but I already went one step. Okay, just click over here.
Okay. To copy that.
The rest of you, are you okay?
Okay, I'm done.
Okay, all right.
So I copy this one.
Yeah, copy this.
Then go to the bracket.
Yeah.
Paste onto index.
Yes, correct.
Okay, then I.
Okay, save. Then you go to your folder. Right click on index.html, open with the Google Chrome.
The website one.
Sorry again?
The website one.
Yeah. Yeah, correct.
Open must be Google Chrome.
Oh, sorry?
Is it must be Google Chrome or
yeah,
yeah,
okay. If you're using anything else also, it's fine.
okay, I just try Chrome.
Yeah.
Okay, correct.
Is it working?
Yes.
So you will get something like this, am I right?
Yes, correct.
Okay. So can you also see over here on top? Bootstrap Team Company, the tab name.
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, all right. So now you know what we're doing, So we're actually just putting in all these steps. Okay, now just explain to you briefly what exactly it means. Okay, all right. So first part here, I'm sure you know we already learned this before. HTML comes with HTML, the head, the body, right? These are the basic structures of HTML. Okay, so this meta means is something. Meta itself means something about the data, some information about the data itself, right? So all this is required for the browser to work initially, right? So this is something that you can look up on the internet lah. What exactly these are the things that we actually require. All right. The next thing, remember we did a style sheet. Do you remember? We did the CSS. We also did this, right? So this link style sheet is to link a style sheet like CSS also. But the only thing, this particular CSS, this particular style sheet is not residing on your local computer. This one is residing somewhere on the internet. Is that clear? This style sheet belongs to Bootstrap. Anyone has any questions here? I want you to understand this. Remember I said we have HTML as the element, and then we can have a style sheet applied to the HTML. Most of the time, or the last time when we did, the style sheet itself was created by us. Okay, so when you apply the style sheet, it's like the theme lah. You apply that style sheet, your web page will look in a particular way. So that's why we have things like Jumbotron and all these things, right? Remember, I also taught you what is a class, right? A class is used in what? In CSS. We can actually use CSS selector by name. We can use the selector by the ID, and we can also use by class. And I also mentioned most of the time in the samples on your real work, you will always see class. So Jumbotron itself is just a class this Jumbotron class is inside the CSS which is mentioned here. Okay, the CSS which is mentioned over here. If you recall what we did for class, is just something that's referred here, and they have got a special value for the H1, and they also have a special value for the P. Okay, so this whole part, this div is actually like a small container lah. So they're saying like this whole area, you apply the Jumbotron style. Okay, I will need you to acknowledge to me if you understand or you don't understand. I miss where to get the template codes. Okay, hang on, Brother Rizwan, right? Can you unmute yourself, Brother Rizwan, so that I can guide you?
Yeah.
Okay, do you want the link for the template or?
I'm inside the set area, but I see only the Jumbotron, but it doesn't show any company.
Doesn't
The
show any
team.
company. Sorry, I don't understand. Can you?
I mean, I want
share
to know where to get the team from.
where to get the team? You mean the codes? Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, the codes are here. If you are you in W3 schools?
Yeah.
Okay, go to W3 schools. Click on Bootstrap.
Yeah.
And then click on Bootstrap themes.
Under B3, is it?
Under, yeah, B3, yes, correct. Click on B3, and then you go, you will bring you to this page. Then click on BS Team Company.
Yeah.
Actually, when I send the link, you can just click on the link. What? Is it possible on the chat? You don't have to copy. I don't think you can copy, but you can just click on the link on the chat.
But it doesn't show any, don't have any coding or templates that I can copy.
You mean you don't see what you are seeing on my screen?
Yeah.
Can you share your screen? Because it's quite difficult also.
Okay. Need to close your screen first. Okay, so I'll be.
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, suddenly have. Okay, can.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Yeah,
Okay.
correct. Okay. Okay. Everyone else okay? Just give me a thumbs up, because so I believe there's nothing foreign on the code right now. If you take a look at it, right? Right. Basically, you know, this is a HTML element. This part here is the link to the style sheet, and you already know what a style sheet means, what effect a style sheet has on the HTML element. Okay. Number 8 and number 9, also about the same, but it's not about style sheet. It's to give some effect when you move over the color changes. So all these things are controlled by number 8 and number 9. Okay. So these are two what we call like the libraries or the reference or the source. Right? It's actually using JavaScript, but you don't need to know JavaScript to do this. You just need to know we are going to add these two items. So these are probably two things that you probably don't know what they are doing. But let me tell you, when you like bring your cursor over, then the color changes, all that is considered the behavior like I mentioned before. So those behaviors, if you want to use them, then you need to link this 8 and 9. Other than that, it's going to be just plain HTML and CSS. Clear? All right. Okay. If there's anything, just unmute yourself and stop me, because I think we're just a few of us, so we can actually make good use of the time, and also possibly we'll probably end much earlier also today. Okay. So what's going to happen is that we are going to copy exactly what is there, and then we are going to start making changes to whatever maybe or whatever way that you decide you want to change the colors and stuff like that, right? So here you see over here what is happening is that we actually have this class called Jumbotron, right? And this Jumbotron is a class that is being used in this CSS. So later on, if you want to change the colors and all that, we can make the changes also. I'll show you how that thing works using the same Jumbotron effect. Okay, clear? Just give me a thumbs up if you're clear, then I can move on to the next part. Okay, Alhamdulillah, very good. So the total now are 8 of us, right? Am I right, Brother Isham?
7.
Oh, 7. Okay, okay, no problem.
Just now was 8, 7.
Okay, no problem. Okay. All right. Okay, so starting, we should actually have started from here, but we went on, we just straight to here, right? So what we do here is we add a bootstrap CDN. CDN means basically we are actually adding a particular, what do you call that, content, the reference, which is already on the website, right? It's already on the internet. Okay, so we already have this. This is the result. If we have this, then we are on the right side. So now what I'm saying, we want to add an orange background color to the Jumbotron. Add the dot text center class to center the text inside the Jumbotron. Does this look foreign to you anymore? No, right? We already know. Remember this? Remember? This is the color that we're actually going to do, right? So here we are using what? What is this called? CSS can be added in how many method? CSS selectors, we have 3. We can select by the name. We can select by ID. We can also select by class. Adding CSS to a particular file. How many ways are there? How many ways can we add a CSS? So quiet lah. Yes, 3. Very good. Okay. So the one that we use, we have used all of them actually. There are 3 ways. This is called internal, right? There's one, we do it by the element. That means every element we will do. Internal is only for one page. It's only for that page itself because we're only going to do one page, right? And then we have what we call the external. Okay. So what's going to happen now? Where do I paste this? Where do I paste this? Body, okay. Where else can I? Okay, let's try lah. Let's try on the body. This one says body. Okay. Then I'm going to save this. All right. You can put it in the body. Is there anywhere else we can put? You can also put it on their head. Or we can also create an external CSS. But it's okay, we will just follow and put it on the body first, right? Okay, now let's do this. Next, we have already changed the color to background orange. What's the next step? Can you see over here? They also say add the dot text center class to the text inside the Jumbotron. So here, actually, I want to show you something. Classes, right? You can use them to get more. You can use more than one class at one go. That means here, how many classes are there? One is Jumbotron, and then the other one is the text center. Okay, now I'm going to copy this line. right? I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste it on save here. Okay, and then I'm going to save. Now I'm going to refresh my site. Okay. All right. If you don't like orange, by all means, you can change the color. Okay, you can change the color. Is everyone okay? You paste the text center in which line? Okay, that I want you to know what the text center means. So I just don't want you to just copy and paste. All right. The text center is actually a class. Clear? When you say a class, it is actually a class in CSS. Right? We create a CSS class. They've already created one, which we are using it. Remember, I said the Bootstrap is actually a CSS style sheet. So they style it in according to how they do it. All right. So I have actually pasted it on the first part of it here. See here? I have a Jumbotron class, space. I'm also going to use the text center class. So I add it here. So that's why the text center is effect or takes effect on the H1 company, and we specialize in blah, blah, blah. That, right? If you want to change this, you can change. If you want to change this, you can also change. Or let us complete everything. Then I'll give you time. You can take your time to make whatever changes you want to your company website. Okay, so it does not necessarily have to be a company website. It could be our project that I mentioned earlier on about Learn Islam. You can use the same site, but use your creativity to change it. Okay, all right. Okay, now next. So you have this result. Now we're going to add a form. So they say add a form with an input field and a button, right? So we are here. You don't copy everything. If you want to copy everything, right? Listen carefully. If you want to copy everything, then make sure you overwrite, right? We already have this. Okay, so the one that is new is just the form. Clear? So I'm just going to copy this form. You understand, eh? This form starts here, and you already know the closing tag is for the form. Okay? So copy this. Yes? Brother Isha?
I say okay, can.
Okay, all right. So now I'm going to add a form. Right? So I'm going to save this and I'm going to refresh. Okay, got it. Nice, right? And it's so fast, right? Am I right? You actually did this quite fast. Okay, so like I said, sometimes people say, oh, you're using template and you're using a word builder. Let me tell you, if you don't have the knowledge, you cannot do anything like that. All right, what does div mean? That's good. Div itself, right, is actually a particular container, right? That means you try to, because you know these are all elements, right? So div itself is a block. It's actually a block that you have. Okay, let's take this. Let's say you have your house. So I'll go back to the house concept again, because we are all in Singapore quite obsessed with I think everywhere they're obsessed with having I mean like a nice place to dwell in, right? So let's say in the house itself you have an area where you have made, okay, this area, I want it to be this particular concept. It could be just inside your room, by just one area. So that becomes like one div like that. So why we make it into div? So that if they want to apply something, some style sheet to it, then it makes it easier so that you actually apply to that particular area, to demarcate that area. Did I answer your question? Okay, so div is to actually like take a few elements. Okay, this area becomes like a block. It's basically a line one block lah. It's a block, B-L-O-C-K. Okay, so now you see when I have the block, then I can apply a particular style on that. Okay, this block, the sofa, this thing all has to be like green in color. Yeah, so that's the purpose of the div, right? So because we know the structure itself, it's all elements, right? And they're all over the place. So you create a div, you put them in a kind of a block like that. So when you want to apply style, then it makes it easier. You don't have to apply on each one of them. You apply on that particular area. Okay, Barakallahu Fiq, very good question. Okay, it's a very good question. Of course, now after this lesson, tomorrow's lesson, you can go and explore, you can read, and you can also watch tutorials. I will recommend to you some good tutorials you can take a look. Then you will have better understanding, because now you already have some confidence. You know how to use the editor, you know how to use the browser, you know how to navigate through, and things like the folders, the images, where they go, why there's a broken link. So it will make you a bit more, it will definitely make you confident so that you can continue on with this path, learning, and eventually, inshallah, you can even go to learn stuff like JavaScript. JavaScript is a programming language now. Okay, but there are a lot, trust me, there are a lot of things that you can do actually with learning this knowledge. Okay, now let's continue. Done. So the result is here. Alhamdulillah, so we already have it. Okay, so now this thing comes a container. All right, so container is a bit technical. All right, so this concept of containers came about when actually we had what we call a fluid layout. Have you all heard of this word? They call it fluid layout, or they call it responsive. Okay, when these things came about, when with the advent of technology, we started to have many different kind of devices. Different devices came on different width size. Okay, width sizes became varying. The height is not a problem because you will scroll. The height has never been a problem at all. Okay, the height of the screen of a web page has never been a problem. It's just this width. There is a great degree of width, varying degrees of width sizes. You all agree? So then they came out with this concept of, if we put all of them like in containers and we put them in like blocks or in columns, then we can make sure, okay, if it's this particular width, then maybe instead of showing 3 columns, we just show 2 columns. All right, I don't want to go full into this because it's very technical, right? And it's not something that I wish to cover in this course also. Okay, so that's where Bootstrap also came, and then they say, okay, let's make this. So it makes it like, it basically the web page can detect if you're using a smaller width or a bigger width, and they will change the layout accordingly. Is that clear?
Yep.
Okay, very good. So now what we're going to do is, we have got another style. Okay. We are first going to copy, let's copy this div first. Right, let's copy this first. Oh, never mind, I can copy everything. I just copy everything. Okay, just copy all of this. Paste it here. Okay. Once that is done, you save. You see here they use lorem ipsum. We also gone through this, right? So these are the things that usually people use. Right? Then you should see something like this. All okay? So you see the result, you should see something like this. Okay, look at this result here, and then look at the result over here. Right? This padding is very, very crucial in website. Right? So they're saying that you have to add some kind of space. Okay? You also have to add some kind of space here. Because every element, right, like this, it comes with the padding above, left, right, bottom. Same also like the margin. So everything is actually, they are like in small containers. Is that something that you cannot see, like, because we don't have a border line, right? We do not show through a border. So, but every element is like that. So there's a space in between, right? So these are the things that is called the padding. It's also very detailed for those people who are specializing in CSS. They're very particular about that. So they know what is the right padding to give, and then they know what is the right kind of margin size to give and all that thing. So all those things are nitty-gritty stuff, which I also don't intend to go through in this course, but I just wanted to know that there's some space now. If you see over here, can you see this? Right? And you see over here, there is this space here. Okay? So we're going to add the padding. So now saying that let's make the Jumbotron and the containers look good by adding some padding. All right? So just copy this. Brackets. Continue on pasting. Okay? Done. Save. Got it? So now you look, okay, it's better. Definitely it looks better. Okay, is everyone, anybody doesn't get this page yet? They don't have it yet? Okay, Alhamdulillah. Okay. So now we want to add an icon or the company's logo to each container. Separate the icon and the about text by creating two columns. Right? Add media queries to center the logo column on screen smaller than 708 pixels. Okay. It's all right. You just copy this. Okay. So they're saying that. So you see over here, this is what actually we need to add inside the button. Right? Then we have the style over here. Okay. So there is a button that we need to add. And I think this column also, they haven't changed, right? Before that, did they have the column? Okay, so I just want to show you, if you see, look over here. If you look over here, there's no all these column and stuff like that, right? We don't have that. Okay, so there are two ways you can do it. You can either copy that whole particular section and overwrite with this one, all right? Or you can just make changes to what is added on, right? Okay, so what I would recommend is I think maybe we copy all of it. If not, I'm afraid you get a bit lost on that. Okay, so copy this, follow closely. Okay, so you just copy this part here, and on your page, right, it should be from here. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna paste it here. I think there's something missing, but let's check. Okay, heard that? Okay, I have to copy this part over here, I think. I think I missed out some part just now. Let me see. Let's copy that part again. Okay. Okay, all right, it's better now. So you should see something like this. All okay? Is that how it should be, or? Okay, good. All okay? Any issues? All right. I want you all to now, I'll give you about 10 minutes, okay, to be on your own. Because learning, sometimes you need to have that that little stress so that you can actually make some mistakes and it goes wrong, then you see how to work it out. I want you to add this part here, that add a grid. Sorry, not this one. Sorry, yeah. We have already done up to this part. Okay. I want you to add the service container on your own. Add service container, right? And also this part over here. Okay, you'll just have to copy and paste it along that. Right? So I'll give you about 10 minutes. You can try to do that before we come to the portfolio container. Is that okay, Radesham? And also, if you want to make any changes to the names, you can do so, because I'm sure you are very excited to see this kind of a layout. Am I right? This layout looks very I mean, it's like a professional website, right? Okay, even if you want to change the title here, please, you may do so. Okay, so I'll just we'll come back again about 3:20. Right, so you can add on to this part over here. Okay, and I can show you whether we can change other glyphicons or not. The glyphicons, I think I make some CSS typography. Okay, I don't have it here, but then I'll come to that later. All right, so we are going to do services to add the service container. Okay, so right now we have this, is correct. Okay. Assalamualaikum. Come back. How is it going? Do you all manage to add the services section? Okay. So it's easy, right? Right? Okay. And also easy because now you know that you already seen this HTML text, HTML elements, and the CSS. So basically that's about it. And of course, if you want to make it a bit look animated or interactive, styling icon got problem. Yes, what's the problem in the styling icon? I haven't tried it out also. Can you share your screen, brother? So it's easier.
I don't know where to save
That means when you say the styling icon, there is a problem. What do you mean? Can you specify?
okay. Because I'm not sure where to paste this portion of the logo small and logo color.
The color is not coming out or what?
Yes, it's not coming up.
I need to see your codes. Okay, let me try it out first. Wait, hang on. Let me try it out first because I haven't tried that out yet. Oh, okay. Where did you add this?
I tried a few places.
You just copied this and you added, is it?
Yes, correct.
It's wrong.
No,
What did they say? I show you something. Let me show you something. Can you see here?
Yes.
It's inside what?
Style.
Huh?
Under the style.
Yeah. So maybe you. So I think they purposely left out the style part.
Oh, the style. Okay.
Yeah. Either you can just add on to any style, or you can create another new text style. I suppose so. I haven't looked at it. I'm gonna try it out now, but you can try it at the same time. Then just unmute and let me know if you got it. Okay. Let me try the services. Anybody else has issues or same issue? The rest okay? No problem with your styling? If you miss one styles, will make the icon small. Okay, anyway, it is called, yeah, style. Yes, correct. So this is to say that this is a CSS code. You understand? This part is to tell you that, hey, look, they're talking to the browser, right? There is a CSS style here. So you can either just add on or you can do a separate style. Okay, so I'm going to copy this and go to here. Okay, my services section. And then I'm going to save this. Let me see if it's working for me. Okay. All right. Let me see if you can change. Is it working, brother? Fauzi, right?
Yes.
Is it working now?
Yes, so far I just added on the our value. Now the icon is already ready.
So you added the style there.
Yes, correct.
Okay. I would recommend, okay, I tell you why they actually do it that particular way. Right? You can just put it like, you know, there's this section, this div, right? This block for services, right? Try to maybe just put it above each of those for that particular style. That's also possible, but you can put all of them together also.
Okay,
No problem. Yeah, okay. Okay, all right. Okay, so what's next?
Akhil, I didn't manage to make the services area orange. Only the top part is orange.
Oh, services area orange. Okay, hang on now. Wow, if you're further down already, yeah. Okay, just let me take a look at this one first. Services part orange. This one, eh?
Yeah. This
You
one.
mean
It's
this?
not.
Ini orange. Ini orange, tak?
That one orange, but the bottom one not orange.
Okay, the bottom one not orange. So hang on, So that means, okay, you have a logo. Okay, I tell you why. What was the problem? What will be the problem? Let me try out first. Okay. Okay. Usually for my style, right, I like to put all the style at one side above. Okay. So I want to create a style here. All right, save. Okay, so this one is not. Anyone else has the same problem? You can just unmute and tell me.
Yeah, mine is the same.
Same, okay. Wait, let's take a look at it. All right. Okay, very simple. Blah blah blah. And okay. Let me just try. Ini orange kan? Okay. I'm going to save this. Okay, I'll tell you. I explain to you what happens first. Wait, you saw this, right? How many classes are there? Hello. How many classes are there? There are two styles, two classes. Container fluid is one class. Text center is another class, right? This row is also a class, but we don't know what the row does, but it's just a class. That means there's an item. But what for you to apply orange, what should the class name be?
Logo.
Yes, correct. So if you see over here, just look at it. There's no logo being applied. Do you understand? Faham tak? Logo is not being applied on anywhere here. Do you all get it? You get it? The style is there. Yes. Okay, I'll show you. Let's take a look at you see here the globe, right? Need the globe, kan? Logo is applied here. If you remove this logo, see what happens. The globe will also not be the color. So if you look over here, so where should I put the logo now? Can anyone tell me? Where should the logo go?
In the class where the icon is.
Okay, so I'm going to put a space here.
Logo small, I think it's logo small.
It's logo or logo small? Okay lah, we put logo first lah. Logo small pun boleh. Okay. I'm going to save this. So I'm just going to do for one. So is it working? It's working, right?
Yeah, it's working.
Yes. So now you know, right? So the style sheet is there, but you didn't apply. We didn't apply it to the listing. Right? So I want you to apply to everything. Of course, later on, if you want to change to all different colors also, it's possible. Just let me take a look. I want to see the graphicon so you can maybe make changes to the graphicon. Let's explore something.
Rafiq,
Yes.
you know the styles, right? Like you have so many, you open so many styles.
Yeah.
Rows,
Yeah.
Can you just all jumble up them all in one?
Yes. External
Can be
file.
done,
Yes, that's what I'm going to ask you all to do. I'm not going to teach you.
so that you, when you scroll down, you don't have so many stars again.
Yes, you are right. Yeah, that's the thing. So we will have, remember the last lesson we did the styles?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to add that, and then we also did a styles.css, right? There's a page, right? So we're just going to copy and put it over there. Okay.
You can put it in the CSS.
Yeah, lah. We have.
That one is external.
Yeah, correct. Okay. So what we need to do? Remember last week we did this. Can you see my screen? Can you see this?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Reference.
Okay. So simple. I'm just gonna take this. This is from your last week file. Copy this, and I'm going to put it on the head section. Right, but we don't have a subfolder. Ours is inside the same folder. Betul tak?
Yeah.
Okay, so you will have this new line here. Now, what you can do, all this, you don't have to take the style out. You just copy this. Remember, you don't copy everything. You just copy it like from here. Just take a look. I'll copy from the start dot up to here. I'm going to copy this, and then I'm going to paste this over here. So all my CSS, what we call this. Did I remove something? There should be another closing. You see, I missed out. Okay, so we will put all of this here, right? And then you have to remove this to see if it's still working. So now what I will do, I would actually comment this out. Okay, I already commented this out, but it should still be the same. So I save this, I save my style.css and go to my website. Sorry, go to my page. The top part should still be the same. Okay. So how I know if it really is working or not? Go back to here. Instead of orange, maybe I change this to, this is 5, right? I change this to 89 for 45. Color will be different, I think. About the same color. Let me see. I change it to, okay. Now I'm going to say save. So it's not working. Are you all following?
Yeah, so actually the one inside the HTML is overwriting the CSS one.
Yeah, but I think because there's also below the codes, there are also the codes that saying that it's orange. So all the Jumbotron one you have to remove. Okay, but that's something that you will do later on lah. We will just continue on that. I'll give that as homework for you all to do, so that make all of that to be in the style sheet. Okay. So we put everything here on as a style sheet. So I just change this back to the 45 one. Oh, maybe just now I didn't save here. Right, I didn't save this file here. Okay, let me try again. Oh no, it's not. It's because below also there's everything, it will overwrite. You see over here, there's Jumbotron. Somewhere else also maybe. There, see that? So all the Jumbotron we have to remove. Okay. So let's do this. I will copy this and paste it here. Okay. Save. And over here, you see there's some other style also here. Okay. Are you all following me or not? Or you don't understand what I'm trying to do? Or everybody's okay? We don't have to do this now, but I just want to show you that eventually we will bring everything to the external CSS. Everyone okay? Can I have a thumbs up? Because I don't want to be just exploring on my own. Okay, so you get it, right? Basically, we want to move all these styles that we have cluttered everywhere. We want to move them to one particular file only. Okay.
So once you have the style CSS, you don't have to have any style anymore.
All this style you can
HTML,
remove. Yes, you can remove
the
all
HTML
this style. Yes, remove everything. Right. So that means you have to copy like this. Then you have to have this. Copy this. Then this one. Copy. This one also copy. Something like that. Okay. Oh, I think you know what? This is a very good example because logo is only one part, right? So let's do this. Let's copy this logo because I want to see whether if it's working or not. We'll copy this logo. Go to our style.css. Paste it here. Okay. Done. I save and then go to index.html. Let's remove this whole part. Okay. Follow me on this one. Just so that we can set up the styles.css. Remember, you need to have a link. Okay, save this. Let's see. Okay, working. All right. You all got that? You all managed to get that? For the logo. So this logo, put it inside the styles.css. And in your head, you need to have this in the head section. It has to be after this style sheet. It has to be after the style sheet because they are cascading. That means they will take the last value. The last value will override the previous value. So you have to put it over here. If you have your own style sheet, we call this a custom style sheet. It has to be the last. Clear? Okay, please give me a thumbs up if you have your styles.css and it's working. It's working, So we will just paste our stuff there, or you can just do it over here. Then eventually, after the day, then you can make the transfer because we want to concentrate on setting up the site now. All right, and I think inshallah we should be able to finish much earlier today, because there's not much of us, right? So, Brother Shah, is that okay, right?
Second?
If we end earlier today, because
inshallah, okay.
because I mean there's only like about less than a third of it, or maybe one, so we can all right. Okay,
so today we cover Bootstrap and then tomorrow.
So once we cover the no problem, Brother Rizwan, sorry. Yes. If you have anything, just unmute. Then I can I come to your rescue, inshallah.
Wait, I need to copy the styles the color from the index to the styles. Which area do I copy it from?
Okay, wait, hang on. Let me just explain to you again. So inside your HTML, right?
Yeah.
You under the head, we already have this line 7. We already have it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have this line 8?
Line 8 link. Yes.
Do you have it? Is the same, eh?
Wait, it's my one is style line 7.
The line number is no problem. The line number is not a problem.
Yeah,
Have but why your line number is different? You remove something. Okay, never mind. So you have this line, Done?
Yeah.
Okay. Now in this logo, you cannot copy from the chat, right?
Cannot.
Okay, cannot. All right. So for this logo, now is your logo showing red color, orange color?
Which logo?
The logos, the glyphicons, the
The
power.
icons.
Yeah.
Huh?
I
Yes.
have, the power is orange because I
Okay.
changed it to logo.
Because you added this thing. Did you add this thing?
Yeah, logo. Yeah.
You added logo or logo small?
Logo.
You add logo dash small. That's the most appropriate one.
Okay, then the logo will be smaller.
No, you just add this. This is just the class name.
Okay.
It's the class name. Because that logo is previously given to the graph and the globe. There's a globe on the top section. There's a globe icon, right? That logo is referring to that one, the class, the styling lah.
Okay.
Okay, so you put this logo small, done. Okay, so what I want you to do is, do you have a style somewhere with the logo and logo small? Do you have a style which is referring to the logo and logo small?
Let me check. Yeah, have.
Remove that one. Sorry, don't remove first. Copy the contents inside. That means you copy the dot logo, sampai dot logo small up to this end. That means you have to copy these things. See my highlighted area. Just copy this from your HTML. It's inside the style, right?
So do I need to copy the Jumbotron or?
No, Jumbotron you don't do first. Never mind. I don't confuse you. Don't do the Jumbotron first.
Okay.
Okay.
So copy and paste it into the styles.
Yeah. I want you to know what you're doing. You understand what you're doing. So that's the most important part.
Okay.
Okay,
so
done? So you should have something like this. Okay, now you go back to your HTML. That whole section of style, right? Remove it. That means from the opening tag until the closing tag. Remove it. Just for the logo,
But okay, because the inside the style I also have the background color. So that one also delete.
No, don't delete that one. Just you have that.
Yeah.
Okay. Then don't delete the background, leave it. You need the background. We only want to remove this style.
Okay.
Okay, then leave it there. Leave it there. But remove these two things. The reason is I want to show you, or you need to know that this styles is working. That the external CSS file is working.
Do I need to put in the styles inside the style.css?
No need. Inside this, no need. You put it inside the file. That's the difference. Over there, you need to put the style because it's a HTML file, can? So you need to put the HTML element. That's why the style is in a HTML, is in an angle bracket. Can you show me your screen now, brother? It's easier, it's faster. I'll stop sharing. Yeah. So okay, once we set this one up, then you can know already. Okay, just show me your code. Okay, show me. Hang on, you're gone something wrong already. Because okay, never mind. Style. Okay,
this one was the one I took up from here.
I tell you what's the problem, That line 33 to line 36, remove it. Okay. Okay, wait, I'll just show you. You see line 25?
Yeah.
Highlight sampai line 30?
Yeah.
Okay, this one is one style. Listen, wait, you don't have to do anything. I don't want to show you. This is one style, right? And this particular style is actually a CSS style. If you want to use the CSS style inside your HTML file, you have to put this, what you see, the style tag, the style element. Clear?
Okay.
Okay. But if you want to use an external file, You don't have to do that. You just put from line 27.
Okay.
Just highlight it. Yeah. From line 27 up to line 29. 29. Yes. You just have to do this only. But in your HTML, in your head, you need to have the reference. Can you scroll up? Where is your reference? That's not the one that we're talking about.
Okay. This one.
No, that's not reference. That's not the style sheet. There should be another style sheet. Okay, never mind. Copy this one. Copy line 7.
Okay.
Yeah, copy. Okay, copy it already. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Paste it in between 7 and 8. Enter. Okay. Then can you see from the HTTPS?
HTTPS.
Inside the, yeah, that one. Yeah. From the letter H.
H.
Sampai CSS to delete. Start from H. Copy H.
To CSS.
Yeah.
Delete. Here.
Yeah. Remove the H also. Okay, styles.
Okay.
.css. Okay, save. Okay, now go to your styles.css. Okay, now we are saying what we are telling the browser, look, we have got you are using a web server, is it? Local web server, is it?
No.
Okay, all right. So now all the CSS styles you paste it here. But for now, this thing has to work first. Let's see if this is working. Then after on, you can do it on your own. Go to index.html. Okay, index.html. Go to logo. That's not the part. Hang on.
Logo. 38.
Wait. This one. But just remove the logo only, brother. That means you remove from line 38 to 40. Yes. Where's your logo small? You deleted already earlier on, is it? No, in the index. Okay, scroll down some more. Hang on. Scroll down lagi. Okay, never mind. Just delete that one. Just delete this one. Okay, line 32 to line 37 also delete. We don't need that. Yeah, 32 to 37. Yes, delete. Okay, good. Okay, all right. Let me see. So you have that in the style. Okay, save. All right. Now you go to your web page. Refresh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, refresh. Okay, scroll down. Okay, it's working. You got that?
Okay.
Okay, all right.
Bit lost.
Sorry again?
No, I bit lost already lah.
Okay, wait. Never mind.
Will just,
yeah, but let me explain to you. Very simple. What we are saying is, what is the HTML element, right? All these H1, P, all these are HTML elements, all right?
Yeah.
And then the one that we have in the styles is to apply the style. That one, nak cantikkan lah. You want to make the color, you want to make the size big, right? You understand this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The things that you don't actually understand, you don't need to understand also. Things like the media screen, you don't have to understand that. What I'm saying, all these are styles. You just need to know that. The reason why I'm telling you is when you are learning, sometimes there's some things you don't need to break your head to understand. You don't have to do that. It can come in a later stage. You need to learn.
How come that the one that you do the line 8, Like you link it to this one. Where did you? I mean, where do we get it that need to link?
Okay, you know it's a CSS. Am I right? CSS, there are 3 methods you can do CSS. Last week I went through that. The first method, I will apply on every element. H1, I will say this. H2. So I will have a lot of codes because for every H1 on my page, if let's say on my page I have 100 H1, I have 100 headlines. All the 100 headlines individually have to tell them, look, this one the color this one the color this one the color this. Okay. Step number 2, we can use the style tag. Step number 2, we can use the style tag, right? Step number 2, we can actually use the style tag. The style tag will be applied to the page, but like that lah, you will see it everywhere being pasted, right? Or you can have a one big style, it will be pasted everywhere also. Okay, now the third method is the most coolest method. What is the third method? I just have one file only. If I have 700 websites, I have 7,000 web pages, 7 million web pages. I'm just going to put all these changes, all this kind of style. I'm going to have only one reference file. Do you understand?
Yes.
So now this is the third method. That means I'm saying, look, I want to apply style, okay? But I'm not going to do it every element. I'm not going to waste my time there. I'm just going to tell the browser, look, I have a style sheet. You load the page. Once you already load the page, you want to apply the style, right? My thema, right? Look for this file. So this file is in the same folder as the index.html. It's called styles.css. So now you click on styles.css. So any new files, any new kind of style you want to put, you do it all here. Okay? So it's a reference file for the styles. That's all. So the browser know, oh, this page actually apart from the elements, I also must look for the style, the color and all that is all inside one file. So the browser will read from here and they will apply the style accordingly. Done? Okay.
Yeah.
So class, what I need you to do next, I want you to add all the small logo to all the other icons. Okay, once you have done that, let me know. Once you have done that, then you go on to add the portfolio container. Okay, alhamdulillah, I'm back. So do you manage to add the portfolio section and manage to solve the broken link? So how did you manage, brother Fauzi, how do you add? There was a broken link or no?
Yes.
So what did you do?
I put it under images, but before that I saved some pictures.
Okay, alhamdulillah, very good. Barakallah, very good. Anyone else? Very good. Okay, so now you understand, right, how it works?
Yes.
Okay. Now mind, since brother has got it, so I'll just go through here. So if you see over here in the portfolio section, we have an image source. First of all, we need to know that all our images should be inside the image folder. So I'm going to add this one in. Okay. So I'm going to add this in. Right. And then we're going to search for images. So we have 3 images here. Okay. So there are 3 images. Very interesting. Okay, so what we can do, instead of putting, I'm not going to put fairies and all that. Let me see. Take okay. Let me see. Maybe I go to pixels. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to open them in folder. Okay, once I've done that, I'm just going to change this. I don't know what to type yet. Okay, I'm gonna change the images to save this. Okay. Everyone okay? Adisham okay?
Alhamdulillah.
Right, so you know, right, all these text and images and the icons and all that thing can be changed. So now we already have a full-fledged website. It's just about, if you realize, right, most of the websites are like this, but the only thing that changes the color, the text, the fonts they use, okay, and the color of the text, and the icons that we use. These are the differences. All right, so we're going to come up to the last part. I think the last part will be, I think, the contact form. So we have this. Okay, now we're going to make some difference. So this styling for the images, right? You can put it here. Okay, copy this, put it in your style.css. Copy and put it in style.css. I think some of you probably have done that already. Okay. So it's very organized. You see, you put your styles here and then you make the changes there. It's very nice. Actually, building websites, right, is a very nice thing to do. Very therapeutic.
Now we're only doing one page. Like how do we make buttons that link to another page and all this type of
yeah, okay.
The landing page, is it?
Yeah, I think they'll come to that part below. I think there's a menu, right? So when you want to link to another page, very simple. You remember the A link that we do? Do you remember or not? The anchor link. The anchor link. So in the anchor link, in the anchor link, the anchor link, you just remember when we link to the website, to the YouTube. Once I put the iframe, so you just have to put the page name there, and we will link to the page lah. So this one we're going.
If it's within like our own, like within the website, also same thing.
Same
concept.
Same, yes, same concept. Yes, correct. Okay. So now the next part, we want to add a carousel. Right? So this style here, you do it over at pricing container. Okay, let's do this part first. Let's do this part here. Let's do this part here. Style the nav bar. Okay, wait. So right now we have done up to the part where we have done up to. Okay, so we have done up to this part, the portfolio, right? All have done up to the portfolio. Has everyone done up to the portfolio?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So I think, okay, I think we won't be able to finish it all today. The second part, we do it tomorrow. Okay, never mind. So we add on this carousel. Look over here. We add on to this carousel. Okay. Something not right. Hang on. Div is here. Okay, I think okay. Copy again. Okay, I'm just going to copy that. Okay. All right, so now you have this. Because we haven't styled it yet. You all have this? Okay, good. So after the adding a carousel, what we're going to do, we're going to style it. So the style, you know lah, style, we put the style at, we're going to put the style in the CSS file. Okay, and then after that, we save it. Okay, and then we save it. All right, we're gonna save. Now we already have all the class here already. Okay. So you see, this is how it should look. You all get this? Okay, this website you can change it. If you want to monetize this, right? I'll give you an idea. Anyone wants an idea to monetize this or not? It's prime time to monetize this actually now. Or who can tell me what we can do? Look at my screen.
Umrah.
Yeah. You can sell
Umrah.
it to a travel agency. You can sell it to a travel agency. You do this whole thing, right? You have this. You find a small travel agency, and it's going to be a static website, but that's all they need, right? And then you have a contact list there. When they click, they will go to the phone. I'll show you. You can read that tomorrow. So it's something that you can actually immediately use. I had a student before when I was staying in Shah Alam in Selangor. He came for my course. He paid 300 ringgit. About the course was about to complete, right? It was a 3 days or 4 days. He got a friend who wanted to do a website. He actually made 3,000 ringgit. So he got about 2,700. Alhamdulillah. Okay, so don't don't remake this thing, you know. This is something that you can actually, you can actually just show somebody and you can get okay lah. Can get the design and all that done, because what is left? Images and text only. What? That's all. Okay, now so everyone has this part done. Okay, so you can change this text now. When you want to change this text, if you go over here, whatever text that you want to change is all in the H4. You got it, It's all in the H4. And then of course I want you to you play around with it how you want to do it. All right. So all this text is here. So look, if I change here, what happens on the website? You have to do some experiment, right? What's next? After this, we will go on to the pricing container. Okay, so we will add the pricing container. All right, so very simple. Same, copy this. Pricing pun dah ada lagi umrah. It doesn't have to be umrah. It can be any other thing that you want to sell to it. It's up to your creativity. You have the web page in your hands already. What you want to do or what you want to sell. If there are some sections you don't want, just remove the section. That's all. This div from this div to this div is referring to the pricing section, right? If you don't want to show that in a particular website, just remove it. That's all. Okay. So I'm going to add this one here and save it. I'm sure there is also a style for that. Okay. Then style the panel. So I'm just going to copy this one also and put it in my CSS. So in my CSS, all right. Okay? You managed to get that? All okay? Okay, let's move on then. Okay, last part here, we're going to add a contact container. Contact container. Add a contact container here. Okay, so usually what I would do is I will add this thing here. Remember I told you, you can actually comment out. So then I will say here, contact container. You see this line here? This is comment. The browser will not read this. So in front of every one of it, right, what you can do, we can do this. Then I can say over here also, blah, blah, blah.
So you don't get lost, lah.
Yeah. Usually,
so when now, especially now when you scroll, macam overwhelmed, macam banyak.
Yeah, correct. For me, because I've seen this from years, you see. So here also you can write. It's very good lah. So you will letak pricing section. You will letak pricing section ke container ke boleh lah. As long as you understand. So you understand. But usually when you download the templates, most of them, they'll come with very good comments. Okay. So you know that this is a comment. Okay. So now I'm going to save this. Save. And then did I copy the style also not for that one? Not yet, right? Okay. All right. And then the last one, we have this one. Okay. All right. I think Brother Isham, is it possible if we can end it at soon? So that this one, I want you all to go back. Not go back. Sorry, I want you to try it out on your own. Then tomorrow we will wrap up the whole thing and see if we can actually upload it on site a Google free website.
So we stop at the nav bar, is it?
No, this nav bar, I want you all to try it on your own. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right. So right now we already, so you will have something like this lah. So tomorrow, and at the same time, you can make whatever changes that you want. All right, to make it like your own website, whatever changes that you want to make, images and all that. Okay, and then inshallah tomorrow we will wrap up, and we will also see if I can get a free space that we can actually upload it. So you can have your website uploaded, and if it's not completed, never mind, don't upload first. Once you've completed all on your time, then you can upload it on the Google site.
It will be live.
You want to make it live, can I? If you want to have it live, I think there's some sites you can go, put the. I think on Google they have a free.
Free domain.
Yeah, I think
free
so.
Hosting.
Yeah, there are a few places you can do that. But if you don't want, then okay, I'll just show you the steps. Then you can take a look at it. Okay.
But generally, how much is like
hosting?
1 year. How much is it?
1 year.
$2.
Now I think you can get even as cheap as maybe less than $100 for a year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you need to have a domain. Yeah. Tomorrow I'll explain all that nitty-gritty stuff lah. Okay, all that details on the domain and all that.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, because today I've got to attend to something else also, and also I think we have covered a lot of it already because how to label a section. Sorry, you mean the label that I was doing just now? Was that? Okay, you will start with this. That means angle bracket. Okay, let me show you on this one. Okay, look here. Dash, 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 dash. Anything inside here, right? Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry. Let me explain. If you want to do it in CSS,
CSS like, different, HTML different.
Yes, they are different languages. You got that? It's gray. it has to be this opening, this closing. Here you can write whatever you want to write. Clear? This is for CSS. All right, the same thing, I'm going to copy this. Okay, and I'm going to put it here. I change this one, angle bracket, dash, dash. The closing is dash, dash, close angle bracket. Got that? Did I answer your question, brother? Okay. So you can write here whatever you want to write lah. I used to write the section side lah. So you can write anything. Basically, it's a comment. When I say a comment, it means the browser will not read it. It's not a program. It's not a language. It's for your own reference, for the reader. Okay, brother Rizwan? Okay. So you continue to do the nav bar tomorrow, and then you can make whatever changes you want. Tomorrow, I'll show you how you can actually upload the site and see if there's any free site that we can upload it. Or, and we will also go through some of the other details also, like how's the domain work and how does the web hosting works and all that. Okay, Brother Isham?
Yeah, okay. So we end now. Eh?
Yeah, we can, inshallah. Okay. And any other, no, I just ask them any other questions?
Okay, inshallah. I think if there's no other questions, we'll end the inshallah.
Okay.
Jazakumullah khair for being attentive during the class. See you again inshallah tomorrow. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.